top 10 best action movies on Netflix. Narrowing down the best Netflix action movies can be a challenge. It's been proven over the years that high-octane flicks don't need a big screen to get your pulse pounding, so there are plenty of explosion-heavy films available to stream these days. Hey guys, welcome to our entertainment channel Netflix Tops, where we tell you about the top-rated movies and series on Netflix, so subscribe to our channel for more amazing videos. Now grab your popcorn and stay with us until the end of this video, because today's video is going to list down the top 10 best action movies on Netflix. So let's get started. Number 10. RRR. A history-defining friendship begins when two men spontaneously plan an elaborate rescue operation in which one will jump off a bridge while riding a motorcycle in one direction, and the other will do the same, except riding a horse in the other direction. Between them is a rope that they'll use like a magical pulley system to swing and meet in the middle, where a child dangles in danger. And oh yeah, the two communicated this plan entirely through hand gestures half a minute ago. What an action movie it is, too. Directed with the speed-ramping flourishes of Zack Snyder, but none of that American filmmaker's brooding self-seriousness, RRR is a celebrity film in which the action is designed to wow. Just wait until you see the second scene of a man versus a tiger. But it is also never coached in the other current American trend of self-effacement. RRR is wholly sincere in its classical storytelling sensibilities, but ultra-slick with its modern use of high-octane action sequences. Seriously, if you haven't seen RRR yet, get on that. Number 9. 1917. Sam Mendes' World War I movie came from a place of love and perhaps duty. His grandfather had served among the lost generation in the war that was supposed to end all wars. Yet 100 years later, the wars that followed and the mere dint of time have caused many to forget what hell those people went through. 1917 is a stunning reminder, coordinated by Mendes and arguably the greatest living cinematographer, Roger Deakins, at the height of both their powers. 1917 is a tour de force in cinematic storytelling, with the whole film intended to resemble a single take. Yes, it's flashy filmmaking, but it is used to build an immersive world that was on fire. It really did look like the apocalypse to a lad like George Mackay's Lance Corporal Schofield. Thus, his mission to trek night alone across enemy lines to save a battalion of fellow British soldiers both seems futile and like the last sane thing left. Number 8. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. As Matt Reeves' first foray into traditional franchise movie making, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes arguably turned out better than it had any right to be. As a sequel to the enjoyable, if not necessarily world-shattering 2011 Planet of the Apes reboot, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Dawn took the concept of building this series around the one revolutionary ape who would overthrow us all, and it ran with it out of the stadium. The film is beautifully directed and enjoys lush cinematography by Michael Sursen, but it's the soulfulness of their approach, including when they turn the first and best half of the film into essentially a silent picture that lingers. Yes, the action is nice too, but it is a world building that makes this intoxicating. Number 7. Snowpiercer. Director Bong Joon-ho has dabbled in many different genres throughout his career, but he went full-on post-apocalyptic sci-fi action mode with 2013's wildly ambitious Snowpiercer. Bong's approach to directing the futuristic action spectacle was as unique as anything else he's done in his career. Set aboard a massively long train that endlessly carries the last survivors of the human race in a loop around now-frozen Earth, he focuses on a band of renegades from the downtrodden back cars as they make their way against all odds to the front. Number 6. Paper Tigers. You've probably seen a million variations of the story before. A martial arts prodigy learns that his master has been murdered by a malevolent force and seeks justice by using his skills. The Paper Tigers flips the script to great effect. The prodigies are middle-aged men dealing with issues including fatherhood and midlife crises. Writer-director Bao Tran and the rest of his film team had to fight an uphill battle as major studios wanted to pursue a version without an Asian American lead, which was part of Tran's vision. He was eventually able to make the film he wanted with an Asian American lead in Alan Oy and a setting of Seattle, which paid homage to the late Bruce Lee. The end result is a hilarious, action-packed romp that's definitely worth a watch. Number 5. The Adam Project. Ryan Reynolds continues his hot streak in his charming tale of time travel shenanigans and heartwarming relationships. Don't worry, The Adam Project has plenty of action to keep you on the edge of your seat. Ryan Reynolds plays Adam, a future fighter pilot sent back in time to right the wrongs of the past and save the world. He teams up with his 12-year-old self for the mission. Along the way, the two confront their father's death, Mark Ruffalo, and learn to get along with each other. Strap in for this time-traveling thriller featuring some of your favorite actors from Marvel movies. Number 4. Extraction. Joe and Anthony Russo have made quite a career for themselves after their work at Marvel Studios, producing and directing multiple films and TV projects under their HBO Films banner. One of the first projects they produced was the action film Extraction, starring Chris Hemsworth and directed by their longtime second unit director Sam Hargrave. Who better to direct an action movie than a stuntman? Sam Hargrave, the legendary stunt coordinator, directs Extraction. You can bet he brings all of his expertise to this crushing thriller. Chris Hemsworth plays Tyler Rake, a Black Ops mercenary sent to retrieve the kidnapped son of a drug lord. Rake travels through India, kicking ass on his way to complete this nearly impossible mission. Putting a stuntman behind the camera gives Extraction an unparalleled visceral thrill. Extraction 2 also comes out this year. That's why it's just the right time to catch the first one. Number 3. Project Power. What if there was a pill that gives you superpowers? Would you take it? What if you didn't know which superpowers you'd get? This is the world of Project Power. The pills take over the streets of New Orleans. Drug dealer, retired soldier, and a local cop form an unlikely team to take down the drug suppliers. On the streets of New Orleans, word begins to spread about a mysterious new pill that unlocks superpowers unique to each user. The catch? You don't know what will happen until you take it. While some develop bulletproof skin, invisibility, and super strength, others exhibit a deadlier reaction. But when the pill escalates crime within the city to dangerous levels, a local cop teams with a teenager dealer and a former soldier, fueled by a secret vendetta to fight power with power, and risk taking the pill in order to track down and stop the group responsible for creating it. Mixing science fiction with gritty street-level violence, Project Power is a mind-altering experience wrapped in gory action. Number 2. Army of the Dead. Visionary director Zack Snyder returns to his action roots with Army of the Dead. This zombie shoot-'em-up is the spiritual sequel to Snyder's remake of the George Romero classic Dawn of the Dead. Army of the Dead follows mercenary Scott Ward, Dave Bautista, as he travels into the heart of zombie-infested Las Vegas to recover $200 million from a casino vault. Time is short. The US military is planning an imminent tactical nuke strike on Sin City. A heist movie mixed with a zombie thriller? What's not to love? Army of the Dead is a must-see for any gorehound. Number 1. The Gray Man. Joe and Anthony Russo are best known for their 4-film streak in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, beginning with Captain America: The Winter Soldier and ending with Avengers: Endgame. Now they've turned to the espionage genre with The Gray Man, based on the novel by Mark Greaney. It follows Court Gentry, Sierra 6, a highly skilled operative for the CIA who becomes embroiled in a game of cat and mouse with the psychopath Lloyd Hansen. The movie boasts a star-studded cast including Ana de Armas and Bridgerton breakout Gigi Jean-Page, and action sequences that feel like a cross between The Winter Soldier and the Fast and the Furious franchise. Case in point, a shootout in Prague escalates to include a runaway train that crashes headfirst into a building. And this brings us to the end of the video. What are your thoughts on today's video? Share with us in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel for amazing movie reviews coming your way. And thank you for watching.